An elder here, she was a shaman one time, and it's just to acknowledge her that she's still alive, her spirit's still alive today.
On Tilton B, there's an island, and on that island, there's pit houses on the island. And our people go there. It's a sacred place to the island that, few of our elders talk about going there to get their power. And throughout the Chilcotin, that's, very important. Our people, our young people, when they're becoming an adult, they would take a week and they would come to a place like this, to this place, to get their power. All the Chilcotin people before European contact had powers. So your power could be some kind of animal, fish, or bird. And the Dien in our Chilcotin language, we say Dien, a medicine person. They would have multiple powers, like 2 or 3 powers that they would be considered medicine people. But every individual Chilcotin had power. My uncle Jimmy had powers. He got his powers from here, and he had the power of a horse, and he was able to train any horse.
The island has a secret, there was a healer there, and I seen that pit house. I was about 10, and Mom had a touch of that healing spiritual, and she told me that rancher Jimmy Bullion might be safer to go across with. In return, I just told him, I'll just help you Hayin for taking me across because I want to learn and I want to be a healer. I wanted to know that much about that spiritual woman that was on that island. And they live a long time there because there's quite a few pit houses there. I have a really acknowledge in my traditional ways that experience in the guide and the teaching from an elder. I really thank him still. And when I go by there, it hurts me because what's been said is to affect all the water, and the water is supposed to be our spiritual water. If that water gets contaminated, it's gonna hurt me.
Fish Lake has always been part of our life when we were living here. When we lived up in the meadows doing haying, Sundays we had days off and our dad would let us do anything we want, so we used to sell up our horse, go to Fish Lake, fish, and we used to spend our time over there all day and come back after dark. Yeah.
Well, in this area, there's stories of pit houses, there's graveyards, and there's old cabins. You'll see old cabins in Nabas area, in this area, not too far down the Fish Creek, and so people, homestead or maybe summer, fall, today still do that.
This is amazing. We're at Little Fish Lake here. This whole place here, we call it Nabas. So my grandfather and father before him were up here cutting all the hay down for their winter feed. Joseph and Marvin were the one that, their dad, Jimmy, is the one that built this place.
My name is Doreen William, and my parents are Joseph and Delia William. My late grandpa is Jimmy Bullion, and my grandma is Amelia William.
I am Delia William. Formerly lived around here off and on, and always so. We lived in that house in the beginning, like in 1963 or somewhere. We lived there with my in-laws, Jimmy and Amelia. We had 2 sons, and one of my sons died in there. We had to bring them back to Stony.
I remember everything around this area. It's like we're in the wintertime, we'd be living in a cabin. Out during the summer, we'd be camping.
Here the go. We stayed in this one before, that this one, that Seymour village. And that one too. This one, that.
I would say it's home compared to all the other places that I've lived because it's, I guess, my grandpa. He used to live here and raised his family. I think it's been a part of us for so many years. Like I said, I lived through my dad's stories. So all the stories that when he was growing up, it kind of makes it all come alive.
There's a beat.
Elizabeth was his grandmother. Seymour was his grandfather. Jan, Heidi, understand that? Jan was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Spring.
late fall, I guess they'd move back down. They just come back and forth.
San Diego needle.
Big snow. Sometimes they'll be halfway to that cabin over there. Dig our way down to the water, get the water, make a hole in it. You make a big hole in there.
Earlier he was saying he was breaking horses here when they were younger.
Team horse or horse, yeah.
It was in the winter time when the snow was high.
At San Diego needle.
He said it was fun for him. He said it's different. Everything looks different. Deep in Andina.
Just real.
Like we can deal.
Deal. Sandy, you listen.
Oh, kind of chin. We key chin.
Kitchen. And
Throw the hook out in the lake like the way he. That's how they used to catch fish. I guess it's mostly rainbow trouts there. Got rainbow trouts, huh?
yeah.
And grandkids. Sunday night, you better go on, you know. He's talking about moving back up here to start up all the haying and bring their grandkids up here to go fishing. Edmund Jr. there, my son, it's his grandson that's fishing here now. Yeah. I think all part of this is all the mine going to be and having all their tailings coming this way. So this might wind up being part of the tailings. They're talking about taking it all, logging it all out, and then they're going to be pushing water back. And all the rocks that are acid activated will be underwater. So all these fish are good eating. And once a tailing gets in here, you wouldn't be able to eat it.
Burn the tail, maybe. Now you gotta wash our hands. Yum. They look good.
Oh boy, it's getting hot.
I've talked to my children so many times on what's going on here, and we do bring them out here. Most of the time we brought them to Fish Lake. I mean, it's beautiful there and it's easy to fish, and it's so, they enjoyed it. The day went by so fast. And we tell them that this is going to be gone if mine goes through. How do you feel about it? And they're just totally